Good evening, WKYT keeping you on top of breaking news tonight in the state's capital city. Several agencies are working in an investigation at the Transportation Cabinet building, and we're working to find out exactly what happened there today.
We have live team coverage for you tonight. WKYT's Grayson Passmore and Julia Sandor have been on the scene since just before 4, getting the latest information for us. Let's start with Grayson, who just talked with state police. Good evening to you, Grayson.
Yeah, guys, it may seem quiet and peaceful out here right now, but that wasn't the case just 3 hours ago when at 3 p.m. employees of the Transportation Cabinet came out of those doors having to quickly evacuate the building. We did just speak with KSP about 30 minutes ago now, who gave us a little more updates into what exactly was going on out here. According to KSP, they received a complaint around 3 p.m. of an individual with a firearm around the building. They say state police, Frankfort Police, U.S. Marshal, FBI, KSP, of course, all responded. Kentucky EMA and state EMA did as well. KSP says after about 2 hours at 5 p.m., they had cleared both buildings and both parking garages. The dozens of employees staying outside were relieved to be given the all clear. We heard from the transportation director outside around 5 p.m. here as well. He was letting all of these employees know everything was okay, and he was handing out water since they had been standing in this heat for so long. KSP says there were no injuries and no victims. They say this is, of course, still an ongoing investigation, but most importantly, there is and was no threat to the community, according to KSP. Now, of course, we are working to learn more details into just exactly what happened out here from KSP, why that call was sent. But again, there is and was no threat to the community's safety. For now, live in Frankfort, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
All right, Grayson, thank you very much. Of course, the situation created quite a scare and a stir. The building was evacuated as investigators searched throughout the building.
And WKYT's Julia Sandor has been talking with people on scene, hearing more about that police response and what led up to all of this. Julia?
Things have really started to calm down over here, Amber. Like you guys were saying, I mean, about an hour ago, we couldn't even get this close to the building. And we spoke to a bunch of people outside who were waiting around for a few hours. And they said, of course, they were scared. And of course, it was hard waiting outside for those few hours. But they're just glad that they're safe. Now, employees that were inside the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet say it was a long afternoon. People tell us they got under their desks when they first heard that there was a possible active shooter. They say they heard police run inside and saw them walking around the building, checking the rooms. Many people say they felt fear and panic and ran out, down the stairs and down the street until they felt safe enough. Kenzie Martin was one of the people inside the building, and she says although it's cleared now, she still felt terrified. For people like Martin, who was on the second floor, she says all she could think about was getting out of the building and getting home to her family.
At first we were just getting under our desks, panicking, and then I just heard police run in and ask for the stairs, and we just ran out of there.
She says, unfortunately, she sees things like this happen all the time, but you just never expect it to happen to you or in your workplace. And of course, this is still under investigation right now, and we'll continue to bring you more updates as soon as we learn more information. For now, live in Frankfort, Julia Sandor, WKYT.
Julia, thank you. Certainly a frightening afternoon for a lot of folks. We will continue to gather information about this situation. We'll have all the latest for you on air and online throughout the night.